All right. I can't, I want to let the thing finish. I can't let it finish. This is just weird. Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? How you doing? How your mama doing? Real quick, I'm just actually sitting out here at the lake. Y'all want to see the lake today? You know, so I, get my ice meditation on. Couple of things. Number one, we gotta let some air out this ball. This ball is about to pop. The ball is about to pop. I agree with Dave Chappelle. I'm watching all my conservative friends being thrown off, and I'm having the same feelings that I'm having with the Black Lives Matter protest. So I got to be serious for a minute, and this. I got to tell you something. This ain't gonna work out. So what happened yesterday? Big tech came for Donald Trump, and they shut him down everywhere. And first of all, I hope y'all understand what I'm saying when I say, if you censor a man or woman, damn wildebeest that has 80 million followers, and let's just assume half of those people are just news pundits, trolls on the left or whatever. I don't know. Just say he only had 40 million followers in a time of mass scarcity where who knows what could bubble up. That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. You need to get your colonizers. That's number one. Everybody needs to have a voice. And hell yeah, I'm speaking up for Donald Trump when it comes to that. He needs a voice, and so does Joe Biden. I don't follow either one of those men, but they need a voice. And they got a whole bunch of people who want to hear their voice. So, number one, them big tech censoring him, I guess, carte blanche across most platforms is a really bad idea. I hope you know what happens when you take people's voice. That's number one. That's number one. Don't take AOC's voice. Don't take Biden's voice. Don't take Trump's voice. Don't take Obama's voice. If they got people behind them, you be a fool, or you better know how to, the things I can't say, I won't say. That's number one. So part of this is kind of for them in terms of the same way I said it with Black Lives Matter protests. Tread lightly, colonizer, right? The majority is silent, right? The vast majority don't believe any of this bullshit. So we just sit back and we watch. You be very careful what you do to our brothers and sisters who feel like they need to get out in the streets and protest. Not a protester. I have no interest in it. Be very weary of what you do to them. They're still family. That's number one. Number two, I got to deal with this real quick. I had to get this out. So, in the light of all the conservatives being censored and shut down because y'all think a civil war is a good damn idea, you think them kirking out like Black Lives Matter kirking out in a time where Black Lives Matter still probably should be kirking out because none of the problems with scarcity got resolved, which is the same reason why the Trump voters are out there. But neither side seems to realize that artificial scarcity is why everybody's in these conflicts. Just be very careful with that. Number two, I got to do this face panty thing because no, this is not a good idea. It's not a good idea, people. This ain't gonna go the way that you want it to go. It's not gonna go the way you want it. I know women. First time I heard it was what was it? Crystal Teeny was talking about face panty. Yeah, you ain't face panty, get in the store, you buy things, and it's this. I mean, yeah, I know. To you is nasty. I get that. I get that. I completely understand that y'all think that that's disgusting. Men don't like that. I had to be honest with you. It's not gonna work, people. We need to take this back to face diapers. Let's not. Don't change it. Don't change the working strategy, people. We call them face diapers because people big fat babies and they eat a bunch of sugar and crap because the thyroids are screwed up because the government subsidizing poisoning them. Okay, don't do the face panty. That's not. We're gonna be in this thing forever. So just like process this for a minute, and it's gonna be quick. I'm gonna try to get in out and make this point. Yeah, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Like, I mean, if you're a guy and you used to go to bars and hang out, like you know what it's like going in a bar at 1:30 in the morning. You're drunk, they're drunk. The 800 men before you who came in, they were drunk too. You can't pee straight. You can't find the hole. You just spraying everywhere. You walk in the floor and you get your shoes get the sticky in and stuff, right? But you're drunk. You don't really care. It's a fine woman out there drinking with you or something. You get in there, you stand back 8 feet. All right, real talk. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Real talk. Because the first guy can stand 1 foot in front of the urinal, And after all the splatter from the drunk men, the next guy stand back 2 feet, the next guy back 3 feet. Eventually, you walk in, you just like standing back 5 feet, and you just spraying. You get about half of it in. And so, what I'm trying to say is, it's disgusting. It's nasty. It's disgusting. But women, maybe women have some insight and they understand this. Men, we have no idea what the woman's bathroom looks like. See, a woman walks in a men's bathroom. You know what we do? We check the door. Hey, listen, something wrong with the woman's bathroom. Must be broke. Size this woman kind of fine. Let her go ahead and do her business, y'all. We gonna stand out here and wait. We do that. Okay, they know how disgusting our bathrooms are. We have no idea. We go into one of your bathrooms, we go to prison. We go to prison, get pocketbooks and bricks and throwing stuff thrown. So we don't know how nasty women can be. Yes, women are nasty with the cookie. I'm sorry, they are. I have a sister. I got a mama. I got a whole bunch of female friends. Like, look, hey, that stuff you used to do in college. Can't do that no more. So women are nasty with them things. I'm gonna just be honest and be real. Sometimes people get tired. But here's the real talk. Real talk. Men don't know that. Okay. When you try to make us feel like we shouldn't be doing this in public and you call them face panties, it's just not gonna work. It's not. No, we gonna be here for years. We gonna be here till the aliens come back. Y'all call them face panties. No, just stick with the diaper, people. I know. I love y'all to death. Stick with the face diaper. Men, we get up in the morning for the smell of the cookie. Damn it, I'm up. What time is it? It's like 7 o'clock. I've never done a video before 7 o'clock. But I felt I had to get this message out. It's important for people to know. Stick with face diaper. That makes me feel bad. It makes me feel like I'm a big baby and I need to eat healthier or the common cold is going to kill me. That makes some sense. We're being big babies around the world. But if you call it a face panty, it's not going to work. I'm just letting you in on the man psychology. Just a little bit. Now I got to get serious again. Just a little bit. A little bit. All right. Men get out of the bed and all right, and I'm filthy, so I'm not gonna be here long. I've not brushed my teeth. Nope, got eye boogers and probably snot, crusty stuff. I don't really care. I don't. So that's number one. Leave that alone. Crystal Teeny, you wrong on that one. Everybody, get off of that. Go back to face diaper. face diaper. I can't believe she said. Anyway, secondly, what was the title of this thing? There's one other thing I wanted to mention. Um, yeah, I know that. No, okay, damn it. I saw comments. Women fart as we pee. Yes, women fart as we pee, Christy, and we don't think nothing about that. We men, we don't even ask your man. We do not care anything about that. That you could fart, pee, squirt, shoot, shot. No, men, we live for y'all. I'm gonna tell you. Your man will pretend. I'm gonna be on. He'll pretend that this is not this is the real story. All right, we don't really care. All right. So no, I'm not, and this is Spree Coffee. Who is this? Holly Spree Coffee. Spree Coffee. All right, people, we need to let some air out the ball. Yeah, I make some jokes. Now back to being serious. And no, that was not a joke though. It was a joke and not a joke both at the same time. No, I'm being serious. We don't care. We don't care. Fart, Pete. No, we don't care. All right, we don't care. Don't call them face panties, please. Women, pull up, pull up. That's number one. Two, we got to go back to being serious, y'all. So if they've censored this man, and this man has 80 million followers, 40 million of which it doesn't really matter if it's 4 million. You can't turn off people's voice. When they speak, they don't have to fight. When they can't speak, they must fight. And I'm gonna tell you this: you're not gonna like the sound of this. I don't know if Donald Trump was fighting a deep state or whatever. I'm not sure that I even care. Right? The majority is silent, and we sit back and we watch, and we don't believe any of the bullshit. The next coming days might be telling. This is what you'll do if you are a Trump supporter and you want me to believe that this man was doing some things that should have been done in this country and around for the world, and to be reelected in 2024, assuming we ain't all dead. I'm pretty sure we'd be dead by then. I appreciate the memes put out. And it was God. They were praying for 2021. And did y'all see that? Somebody post that. We were praying for 2020. God, please help us for 2021. We love you, our Father who art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. That Jesus come and something about some, Lord have mercy. That just the whole face panty thing just ruined that for me. Um, uh, And the bottom of the meme, God was like, "What the hell? Y'all still alive? Y'all supposed to be dead by now. What are y'all do? It's 20. You praying for 2021? You supposed this the Earth was done in 2020. I ended that season. That's funny to me. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not do that. But if you want to convince me that Trump was fighting the deep state, which is the Republicans and the Democrats, right? The colonized. This is who I'm telling they need to tread lightly. Colonized need to tread lightly. I told you this for the Black Lives, Antifa matter, all them protests. The people don't know what they're doing, but the people got real problems, so they're in the street. And while I didn't agree that I'm gonna go out in no damn street and fight what the legislators are all working together, that artificial scarcity, don't hurt people. You hurt people, you're gonna piss us off. You piss us off, then things gonna happen. So just tread lightly. We're all family. These are all cousins. These are brothers and sisters. And ain't nobody gonna sit around and let you treat them like you're the Germans and they're the Jews. That's not gonna happen. So back to the point. So if you want to convince people, and I'm just trying to help you out. I mean, I don't believe in the United States Incorporated. Y'all know that. I believe in human sovereignty, or the republic, but I have no interest in what a corporation is doing, abusing people while y'all think it's a good idea. But if you want to convince people that he's fighting the deep state, he's gonna have to do some things on the way out that make it look like he was actually fighting or is fighting now, right? So for a couple things. One, Assange has got to be let free. That's number one. And probably everybody. Well, okay, let me take it. Let's go back. Let's go back. Because I'm gonna lose people if I say that. It's just so pretty out here. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just like looking at my view. The water's just still waters. And I haven't meditated yet. All right, think about it like this. Think about it from a principle perspective. If you are truly fighting the enemy and you know how to fight, you will do the things that defy them, right? So consider what defies the Democrats and the Republicans, not the people, not the people. I try to say it the right way is the DNC and GOP, the actual for-profit organizations that are working with the for-profit organization called the United States Court. How do you defy them? You defy them at profit, all right? Last time I checked, the most profitable position they held was child trafficking, human trafficking, foster care. It's the number one budgetary expenditure. It's where they make most of their money that I understand. If you were Donald Trump and you wanted to convince people you were fighting these monsters, you would have to do something to kick them where it hurts. You would have to, I don't know, you'd have to do an executive order and announce a national audit of all foster kids, a national audit, and you can do that with executive orders. You want to know where everybody's at, every child. You want to interview with those child. You want an outside psychologist to interview them for abuse. You want to identify why the kids were taken, right? Because we know why they did this. This was from the Welfare Reform Act of 1994. Bill Clinton did that, right? Where he made this a for-profit industry of taking children from their parents, and he put billions of dollars to do that. And then, I'm not going to get into whether it was well-meaning or not. I don't think so. You can think so, and that's fine with you at the federal level. But the minute you put billions of dollars in place for the literal physical control of a child, you create a human trafficking system. So the states responded, right? And what did the states do? They started taking the kids from the poor people, right? So they went to the poor whites and the poor blacks, and they started taking in the poor Hispanics and the poor Asians and all the poor people, and started taking the children from the parents who can't afford lawyers. All right. So if your power got shut off, if you didn't have any water, if the teacher said something that the kid had a scratch on their back or something like that, they would steal the children. That's what the states had to do because they were cash strapped. The United States Incorporated is bankrupt and all the states are bankrupt. So they did what economically anybody with any common sense will know what happened. So I won't go into do too many details with that. But if you wanted to kick them in the nuts, if you wanted to kick them where it hurts, you would announce a national audit of all children in foster care. You'd want to find out where they are, why they were taken, and make it public record, the statistics, so people can actually see that this is a human trafficking system. Two is war. You kick them in the nuts with war, and that's where Assange comes in. You would have to kick them in the nuts with war. You would have to do something to open source more information related to all these false wars, like the false flags that created them. And you'd have to do something, to fight that propaganda act, because that's more really, that's what that's about. That's the reason why they either paid or told Obama whatever to do that, is because they need to lie to the public. You can, if you can lie to the public, then you can start all the wars you want. They just basically legislated false flag, which is part of why I think people walk around in face diapers, not face panties, face diapers. So you have to kick them in the war nuts. You got to kick them in the child trafficking nuts and the war nuts. And there's a bunch of other nuts that you can kick them in on the way out. I think that like you gotta do something with the police state. If I were Donald Trump, this is what I do if I were Donald Trump. I would know that most of their money, a lot of their money, comes from the police state, right? Taking all these people and putting them in prisons, and all the money you get from all the industries that feed those prisons, which is just slavery. It's just a worse form of slavery than corporate America. Um, I kick them there. I mean, you would have to do something like like get rid of Schedule One. Like, to my last of my understanding, the president controls the departments, right? So the president can tell the DEA, I believe, to abolish Schedule Ones, and so you abolish Schedule Ones and make it retroactive that anybody is in prison. Pete, who was there just for drug charges, immediately must be released. That would kick him in the nuts too. So, and do I think this will happen? I don't know. And there's probably another 10 things, but on his way out, if he wants to go back in 2024, he's going to have to convince a lot of people that he's not a Republican or a Democrat. He's not a colonizer. He's not one of the lion's sides, right? Like if the world is a stage, America is like the fake TV on the stage, the cardboard TV, because none of this is real. And the ones that they use to keep the show going, the fake show going on the fake TV, on the world of the stage, the fake stage, the skit, and the actors are pretending what's happening on the TV is actually real, is the Democrat, the DNC, and the GOP. And so he has to convince people he's fighting them. If he's fighting the fake news, and you got to do something with the media. You got to do an executive order having something to do with criminalizing activity in the media. Maybe something to the, how do you fight a for-profit news station? You have to think about these things. I can't, I haven't had coffee yet. I just did this because it was like the face panty thing. and and a revolt is a bad idea. I don't think a revolt is a good idea. I don't think pushing people into mass chaos is a good idea. You're gonna give them everything that they want if you do that, because you're gonna get all the little silly black people on that side and the silly white people on that side, and the people who are their relatives on those sides, or friends or whatever. And yeah, I can very clearly see now how the Civil War was fought. I can very how brother fought brother and mother fought brother. I can very clearly see the same brain that was in those people's heads are in our heads, except for my brain, because I ain't on none of y'all side. Y'all ignorant. I'm gonna go hide in a hole and throw face panties at you or something like, y'all stupid, stop it. They no, so I mean, just real talk. Where else do they make their money? Anywhere they make their money. You have to make it obvious that you are for the people and you're not for, like, if you want to start a populist movement and maybe push things back to be, before 1871, where this was a corporation, and like restoring a republic or giving, because that's the only way you can give people more power. But you got to convince people that you're actually there for them. So, and I don't know when does he got to pack up and leave? They said he conceded, which is why, all the censoring and stuff just makes it obvious that this is going to be a big tech administration. Like, big tech, big time, just won every damn thing. And I feel like I got to say this because a lot of our, and oh yeah, that could have been the Rona. I don't know. You can go ahead and say that. You got the Rona. I'm take all of that. There you go. You'll be healthier for it. It's because I love you. Those are exosomes and extracellular vesicles. We got to move forward with evolution. You're a very placenta that's hidden up in there. It's not too far from that face panty. Um, it came from a retrovirus. Hope you understood that. Yeah, so I mean that's it. I feel like I had to say that real quick. I got to get out of here. I'm going to slavery. But the conservatives' voices are being taken down, and just like imagine this for a minute. Put yourself in their shoes, and don't be ignorant on either side. What if they started shutting off? I don't know, when all the whole Black Lives Matter thing was going, and they were like destroying things. What if they started shutting down the social media of the black politicians that they were following? You know, the Nancy Pelosi's, and say, oh, well, he was inciting riot. Wasn't it Pelosi or Barbara Walters or somebody who started one of or was it Oregon, where them people act out acting a fool, where she said something and like the next day or that weekend there was a conflict. Oh, well, inciting riot. Okay, so if Donald Trump was inciting a riot, then you need to do something with her, but y'all didn't do that. You know, and this has to do with big tech, right? And two, it also has to do with this whole colonization. Who I call them colonizers. You don't know who they are. Colonizers come in black skin as quick as they come in white skin. So if you want to convince people, you're fighting the deep state, and that's that colonization oppression. And these are some of the things that you're going to have to do. If you just fizzle out and just walk out of office, concede and walk out, and then shut down your Twitter and your YouTube and your Facebook and all of that stuff, and you just whittle away, hey, I'm going to run in 2024, then to me that confirms you were just controlled opposition. That's my point. That's my point. I don't think conservatives can say that because they're shutting them down and they're shutting all their channels off. All right, that's it. I'm gonna do a few comments and then I gotta go because I haven't watched nothing. It's just that's why women you can call them face draws and women be like, face draws. You such a. You call them face panties. No, good Lord have mercy. Men. Oh, damn it! I'm catching the run. It's bad. The world is populated with people for a reason, and it's because we got them tallywhackers, man. I'm just being real. I'm just raw. I'm gonna tell you how I see it. It's not gonna work. You can't call them face panties. You can't do that. No, no, because no. Every way I twisted in my head, because I was thinking, if you saw, I was thinking about a different type of woman, a different size woman, different age woman. And so I was just thinking about grandma, but like, face panty, take your face panty off. And it's not even about being a pretty woman. It's not. The man don't think about grandma that way. He's just thinking, all right, I'm done. It's coming. Georgia, I hope not. That's why we got to let some air out the ball. We got to make some jokes. Damn it, Harsh is here. We need more face apps. We need people to laugh a lot more and not take the stage nor the fake TV set on the stage too seriously. It's a good thing to take baths, Melissa, and that doesn't help neither. When men think about women taking baths, men think about drinking the bath water, sucking toes, and all kind of nasty stuff. I've never sucked toes in my life. I don't think I have. I know Harsh should probably get me on that one. I don't think I did. I mean, in college, I did a lot of stupid stuff drunk. You get drunk, you don't remember the stuff that you do. I don't think I did because feet taste like Fritos and like, but like that flavorless Fritos. I mean, they smell like Fritos, so I imagine they taste like Fritos. So yeah, the taking a bad thing doesn't help. That's no. Men think about women very differently than how women think about men. Just real talk. He's a sicko, of course. Women. It was the traffic kids. I'm like, yeah, it was Georgia, and you know that, and I know that, but most people don't know that. They don't real. They think they have a government. It's just a corporation. They don't traffic kids because they hate kids. They do it because it makes money. And the states made billions of dollars stealing children from their parents. And the social workers will tell you that most people were social workers left because they realized that this was a racket. So you can kick them very hard there if you wanted to. Very telling destruction. Yep, and that could be on the way, Holly, if we aren't careful. That's cool. Harsh. I got a couple comments. I really got to go. I didn't mean to do a video this morning. I live in my tub. That does not help either, Melissa. You will never lead a protest or whatever in that thing. You think that it was a coincidence that the NDA Act came became law exactly 8 years when the South and the North were flipped, and now they're throwing the word terrorist around. It was all a plan. Yeah, yeah. Well, the NDAA, the Patriot Act, all of that feeds together, Susan Jewell. And you know that. All of that feeds together. And it also wasn't, like last year, for the last 2 years, the whole anti-vaxxer community was coming under fire. That's when they really started getting heavy on Del Bigtree, right? And why would they do that? Why would they go after the holistic doctors? Nothing happens there are no coincidences under a corporation. Corporations don't have coincidences. Everything that happens, they do for reasons, very good reasons. Nice to see you, Gerard. Oprah Winfrey talking about the things that matter. No, none of that matters, Harsh. None of that matters. You just need to go and do your barbecue Oprah thing and just dance and do foot massages. That is the funniest thing I've ever. Did y'all see that? Harsh, he's got a barbecue place for okra. And he sings that song about he does foot massages and bakes okra and dinosaurs in a high pitched voice. Oh, it's beautiful. It's on my page. You can look at it. They don't care about child trafficking. Exactly, Melissa. And it's not that they hate children. They don't hate children. They don't love children. They just don't give a damn. They just care about money. They want to be reelected, and they'll do whatever corporations tell them to. And now you have a whole industry of child trafficking that's wrapped around that billions of dollars. But you can kick them that way if you wanted to. War is constant. Birth certificate fraud, social security number, legal. Yeah, there you go. Fuse it all. There you go, Holly. And war is constant because war has to be constant. You make the most money stealing people's resources, killing the indigenous, and giving them puppet governments. That's the whole purpose of United States Incorporated. That is just the East India Trading Company under a different name. Um, Absolutely nothing is being done about child trafficking. Exactly, Christy, nothing at all, period. And this, but see, Christy, this is what I was saying to people during the whole hashtag, what is it? Stop messing with the children, stop the child. What, how was the hashtag again? Hashtag all the children matter. I keep messing it up. I don't know the hashtag, Christy, but they haven't done anything. And this is why my point was don't sit back and trust Q and Donald Trump to stop child trafficking because that's not how this works. Donald Trump is conceding for a reason. Ain't nobody define the United States Incorporated. These people murder babies for business. They don't care about Donald Trump. They kill him and everybody that knows him. They'll zap him from space. This is for the people to fight. So I appreciate that movement, hashtag save the children or save our children or whatever. But my critique has always been, I'm not seeing anything, right? Kids need help now. You can stop trafficking kids tomorrow if you actually had a government that cared, but they don't care. So you talking logic, these people are only interested in getting the public emotional and triggered. Right. And it's working, Elaine. And I'm trying to avoid a civil war because I know how to shoot. And I don't think most people do. We don't need that. A civil war on US land, everybody gonna die. We literally hashtag all gonna die. I had a hashtag, Elaine, as a joke because it's funny to me. It's funny to me. I think that God is up there like, damn it, they still here. I didn't try to send asteroids and spiders and bats and snakes to have sex with each other to create viruses, get them damn things off the planet. They still, man, they're kind of resilient. I think it's funny, hashtag we all gonna die. But you started the same brain that's in the heads of the people who started the Civil War is the same brains okay, that's not even true because the brain. I say that from a perspective that it hasn't evolved. Elaine, I think it's de-evolved since then. I think the people now are a hell of a lot more ignorant than what they were back then. I think back then, if you were ignorant, you died. You didn't make it to the age of 10. Now the ignorant can make it to the age of 90. So yeah, you can have a civil war on U.S. land. That's just real. When people lose their ability to speech, to hate speech, to say things that you don't want to hear because you don't want to hear say hate speech, they shoot. They fight. They get in the street. They're gonna be heard. People who got something to say are gonna be heard no matter what. And then what does the people who control things do? And the people who want to replace the windows on their business, they put bricks out there. And here we are in the same damn place we just left. And everybody's protesting for the same reason, but it's hard because they don't critically think enough to realize that they're all protesting scarcity. Okay, a few more, like 5 more comments exactly. Then I got to go because I wasn't supposed to do this morning. Oh, I believe nuts have been killed, bro. Oh, you nuts got killed. What happened? You can't kill nut. What? Oh, I believe nuts have been kicked. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Stuff's gonna get crazy. A great awakening and cleansing is here. Um, I agree. I mean, yes, some nuts got kicked, but did the right nuts get kicked? See, it's about you. It's about you got to kick the right nuts. It's not about just any nuts in the crowd, Daniel. Right? It means you got to kick the right nuts, right? It's just like my favorite movie, one of my favorite movies, The 13th Warrior, right? When one group of Vikings met the dude from India, the swordsman and he was there watching. It was a great movie. If you haven't watched it, it's a classic for me. Oh man, great movie. But anyway, so two groups of Vikings met, and they were trying to figure out like they had to get together to go fight the monsters, the Norse or whatever. And they were just men. And anyway, I'm not gonna tell you. Spoiler alert to a movie that's about 40 years old. Um, The smallest Viking from one group was set up to fight the biggest Viking from the other group. And the reason why is because it matters who nuts you kick, right? So the littlest guy, who was just a master fighter, beat the hell out of the biggest guy who was big, slumbering, and slow, but everyone thought he would win. And so the whole reason why, in the philosophy in that movie, the statement is because now that I've killed their biggest warrior, they don't know what to expect. They don't know what we got. They don't know if we all fight like that. They don't know if our biggest five guys fight better than that. So it's about whose nuts you kick. You just can't kick any nuts in the crowd. And from my perspective, Daniel, I would say that the right nuts didn't get kicked. I would say that they always kick nuts that don't matter. And whose nuts hashtag nuts lives matter. You got to kick the right nuts. I mean, they always messing around with abortion. They always messing around with, bathrooms and who can go in what bathroom with a tally knacker or not. And if you got to call people this gender, that gender, they always mess around with healthcare and it's not as disease management. So I don't know. I haven't seen any nuts get kicked. I see there's like this surface bullshizzle in every administration. They turn it off or turn it back on, immigration, whatever. They can fix the problem, but they never fix the problem. I'm talking about kicking the nuts in a way that solves the problem, like in that movie. So immigration, as an example, and I think I said that a few days ago. Damn, this is becoming a discussion. I didn't want it to be. I got to go. If you want to fix immigration, you stop blowing up their countries. You know, Donald Trump could do amazing things with John Perkins and Confessions of an Economic Hitman. He could that whole CIA thing, if that happened, where what was it, the JFK 15th or 115th memo or something like that, if he actually pushed the CIA back into, in which I don't think that was ever confirmed, back into only being a information organization that they can no longer, they take their Air Force back, that goes under the Pentagon, all their military forces, all they put that under the Pentagon, that would end immigration. Because the only reason that humans migrate is because we blow up their countries and we got a war on drugs. So to me, that's a nut kick. That's a good nut kick because it means the real purpose of the United States Incorporated is gone, stealing resources for global bankers and international billionaires. That's a kick in the nuts. And it would force Joe Biden, Jiving Bowden, goes by another name, to undo it, right? And that's what I mean, like kick them in the nut, kick them where it hurts so people can see that their side is about bullshit. Both of them, Republican, the GOP and the DNC. If he did things to help people, if he put homelessness, another example, that's a good nut kick. If he went out and met with these 12 companies that are 3D printing homes for $500 and only takes 24 hours to do it, and he realized that we can put everybody in a home for just a fraction of what it takes for stealing children from their homes, and he did an executive order to start building homes for the homeless and putting them on land, you'd end up with a populist movement. You would end up with something significant, but you would kick them in the nuts because the GOP and the DNC, they need homeless people. They need poor people. They need police to shoot people. That's what they need. They need people to be divided up so everyone watches the show. But if you actually kick them in the nuts and do something to actually help people in a significant way and not in any one community, but across the board, then you'd have to force the other side, Jive and Bowden, to work with the GOP and DNC, come up with some excuses like, oh, well, we don't have the money to print houses. We can't do this. Oh, my God, the 3D printers in public domain. It would force a discussion. That's another kick in the nuts, is doing something, Daniel, I think that would force a discussion. All right, let me just I said 5 comments. I'll stick to that, then I'm going to go. I'm not going to get that wordy. 4, they claim to save hundreds of thousands of kids from trafficking, but they get returned to their parents and family, question mark. Yeah, well, they talk. Exactly, Adam. They talk. I haven't seen any evidence of any of that. If they were actually stopping human trafficking, then I think you would see a lot of things happening. And I'm speaking legalized human trafficking. Like the illegal stuff is something totally different. I don't know that the illegal stuff is the priority. I think there's more kids being trafficked by law than illegally. I think we need to start in the mirror, right? If they were actually fighting things, if they didn't want to traffic children, they would start with the law. They would start in their own mirror to stop trafficking children. Um, and then worry about what the little people are worried about. It's like the whole Epstein thing, Adam. I really don't care anything about that. Like, oh, we got Epstein, yay, yay, ding dong, the witch is dead. Number one, you got no confirmation he's dead. Two, um, he's a little guy. Why you worry about a little guy? Oh, just Lane Wag. He's a little girl. The most trafficking comes from our wars. That's where they get the children from. Stop the wars. Stop the wars. You into trafficking. So start with the big criminals first. It's like the guns is another thing. Oh, we got to take the guns. Okay, well, you need to take the Pentagon first. When you take their gun, then I think that maybe they believe in peaceful being at peace. They don't. They're just trying to take guns from people because they need this to be a highly effective slave plantation while they're the number one weapons trafficker in the world. And that's another kick in the nuts, right? Take away the tanks. Do an executive order to take away the, what is that little device in the trigger that makes the guns fully automatic? Take that away from the Pentagon. That's a kick in the nuts. Those are like things I think that solve real problems. All right. The world is a stage and everybody's an actor. And that's it, Harsh. It's all a stage. It's all a stage. This is why I have trouble believing it, believing any of it anymore. Um, uh-oh, what is this? So you are all talking against yourself, ladies. Yeah, that was my point, Christine. If you're talking about the face panty thing, that's a failed strategy right from the right from the start. We're gonna be, if y'all want to be on lockdown forever, just call them face panty. Yep, because even me, I'm like, where's my face? I got it around here somewhere. I need it for slavery. I don't have a choice. Adam ain't gonna like that. I would show it to you, but I got my face panty right. Where is it? It's not gonna work. So I look at it, and I'm just like, you know what? You sure could take that and fold that and wrap it around, and you can almost see where the V at the bottom right there, the V wrap around through between the thighs and stuff. Oh no, no, now I'm getting hungry. It's like chicken. Yeah. So that's a failed strategy. Just let's stick with face diapers. It's self-defeating to take something delicious and put in front of men. Yep, don't do that neither, Christy. That's not gonna work. Well, y'all want to go to hell, don't you? Y'all just, no, you got to, it has to be demeaning. It has to be demeaning. That's not demeaning. That just makes men like, oh, I feel like I got a tickle on my throat. All right, I'm done. I'm done. Last comment. I really got to go. Still 70% is unaware or even worth. They say we're crazy. Yeah, well, most people don't know what's going on, Christine, but there's a silent majority. And I consider myself in that silent majority, even though I got a big mouth. I sit back and I watch. And I'm not going to sit back and watch anybody being abused by their state. It's not going to happen. I'm a peaceful guy. And Christine, yeah, Christine, this is where I'm failing. This is where I'm failing. Like I'm a peaceful dude. I will help anybody with anything I can. I love people. I'm here to help people. I'm not here to make money and collect gold and shoes and cars and all of this dumb stuff. I can't take none of that with me. I'm here to do things. I'm a spiritual creature having a human experience. However, I am in the world. I am not of the world. And there's no way people are going to sit back and watch things unfold as they are. So, and that was my warning. And it's not a threat or anything. It's just human nature, right? They tread lightly, colonizers. Tread lightly, tread lightly. I said that for the Black Lives Matter protests. Those are just kids and they don't know what they're doing. And I'm saying it for the Trump protesters. They're a little older, but they still don't know what they're doing. I don't think they do, but that's just me. But they're still our brothers and sisters, and we're not going to sit back and just watch you abuse them on the street and shut them down on social media. So we need to pull up and we need to cut out the censoring. Stop being good little Germans. Stop being good little Nazis. You're not, and you will start a civil war. You will, and that's the stupidest thing, Christine, would be to start a civil war over some face panties. Oh, that's funny to me. Oh, that's no, it's not funny. Ah. All right, I gotta go. I gotta go. Last one. Oh, Holly, I can do something. No, I can do something. Lori, then we do Holly. Everything is usurped and used against us. Exactly, Lori. Thank you. And this is the point right there. Everything, not everything ish. Everything, everything. All the presidents, all the politicians, all the events, all the protests. Like someone was saying, Lori, in a video I watched earlier, They said, oh, well, Black Lives Matter Antifa are dressed up like Trump voters and they're out there causing chaos. Or it's the agent provocateurs, it's the deep state, da 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 da. And I'm thinking, like, does it really matter? It doesn't actually, like, it's interesting. We can get into the drama. I'll get into the drama every now and then. I got about 5 minutes worth of drama energy. And it's like, okay, I'm done. I'm tired. But the reality is, it doesn't matter. All the protests are about the same thing. You have a corporation, not a government. It refuses to let you live your life. It refuses to let you live on land that you own. It refuses to let you benefit from the resources and the automation that everybody's ancestors built that can grow food, 3D print houses, and free every man, woman, and child from forced labor called corporations and jobs. Take them out of useless things called careers and let them go be the spiritual creatures that they're supposed to be. The 0.01% need a world they want built. They want it totally automated and digital, and they use it as slaves to do it. So absolutely everything is usurped. If it gets big and it gets popular, it's done. Everything with a blind following is always taken over. If it's on TV, it's bullshit. And that's why we go back to that whole point that the world is a stage. And if the world is a stage, they're talking about Germany and South Africa and Yemen and all the bull stuff that they're doing over there, Latin America. They're not talking about America. Maybe not Britain either. We're the fake TV that's on the fake stage that the actors are faking like they're watching. We are the biggest. If the rest of the world is bullshizzle, we are bullshizzle of bullshizzle, right? It's that obvious. So everything is usurped. All right, last comment. I'm gonna go. Holly had the last one. I got to get out of here. Our assigned numbers aren't for identification; they're for trafficking, and trading, which is a great comment to end on. Chattel life. Hashtag chattel life. We are all chattel slaves. And that is our greatest problem, Holly, is we can't admit it. People are too proud. They got houses and cars and wall-to-wall carpeting that boogers and cuckoo viruses hide in that make you sick and die of flu from the exosomes, from the dander of people walking through your house with face diapers on. I said it right that time. mess up my talk. And they don't want to admit it because that's Holly. This gets back to the house slave, and this is the problem with people is when you give them a place closer to master. When you give them, what's the guy's name in that movie, the Django, the brother who's like, oh, you highs up on that horse, you walk right on the horse. The guy, the sellout guy, that's the house slave, and that's what most people are. They give you a nice job, they give you a nice car. You can't really see human trafficking that well. You don't want to. They give you a nice job as a doctor. You really can't see, that the placenta came from early viruses, that people are scared that spike protein looks a little bit too like it might cause sterilization and all these little girls who get cured. You can't see it that well because you got a Benz, you got a mortgage, you got these things. And that's what the master would do with the house slave. Is the master will, the slaves live it at the bottom, and then he'll take, and they got nothing, negative anything, and he'll promote a few people, give them a job, give them a car, give them a nice career, give them a little extra time vacation. You start a job, you get 2 weeks, then you get 3 weeks, then you get 4 weeks, 5, and that pension, those things start building, and less do you want to rock the boat, but you're still a slave. You're a house slave. There's a difference between being a slave and a captive. And Holly, I'm a captive. I'm captive. I do not have a slave mind. They can go to hell. All of that can burn. All that bullshit can burn. I got pretty close to the master's house. Holly, they used to fly me around the world. I was a consultant for massive corporations. I was doing pretty well, and I would have shot up at a very young age. But something happened. I don't know what happened, Holly. I just think selling out didn't fit. Tried to suit on and it didn't fit. And I lucked up. Some people didn't luck up. I lucked up, and I saw that, wow, I'm basically becoming what I'm supposed to not like. Recently, well, not all. I say all my ancestors came from slavery. That's not true. I got family from Britain. I got family from all over the world. So we're not going to get into that. Ireland. But you can chase directly back to most recent slavery in America. Both sides of my family. And I'm not supposed to be pro-slavery. I'm not to be in any flavor. In the corporate flavor of the modern times, in the Yemen flavor that's happened over there now, in the Africa flavor that Obama sent AFRICOM to create all that slavery that came up through Libya to stop Africa from having a gold currency so it could lift itself up the entire continent. I'm not supposed to be for that stuff. But also I lucked up with it, Holly, because I lived in the Washington, D.C. area. And my whole life, I've been fighting with these criminals called the black elite, right? They're just as dirty as what you call the white elite. The skin color doesn't matter. You got sellouts and non-sellouts. And so this is the thing, is if we can actually admit that we're house slaves and decide that we don't want to study war and study slavery no more, study war no more, is how Martin Luther King put it, then we can do something about it. We are chattel slaves, and we hand it hashtag chattel life. I like that too. And we hand it down to the next generation with pride. We make our kids proud to be forced labor for the few who don't ever lift their fingers to do any damn thing. That's why I'm saying all the Trump voters and Antifa and Black Lives Matter and White Lives Matter and Ku Klux Klan, all of them, the Black Panthers, they all got one thing in common. They are all upset about the same damn thing. And if they ever figure that out, great things will happen, Holly. But we have identifications because we're dogs. They don't even hide us from us. We got shot records like dogs that are coming, and people proud of it. Soon you can't go in a grocery store until you show the person that owns a grocery store that you are a dog. You got your shots, and you're not going to give any human diseases to the humans in their shop. Anyway, this drug, I had to go. Face panties, bad idea. Don't do that. Censoring Trump and the conservatives, bad idea. It's going to end a revolution, and we all going to die because while we fighting each other, and you think we can win, China, Russia going to come over, blow everybody up, and steal everything else. Every country in the world hates us, people. There's no way we survive a civil war. No way. Zero. Because first, we all gonna die. Most of us gonna die from because the Pentagon gonna zap us with some satellites from space, and then that's gonna show weakness in America. And then the farmers that y'all call terrorists, they gonna come. Britain gonna come. You think Britain will sell us out in half a second? Canada gonna invade us. Mexico gonna invade us. They're just gonna divide America up. And I think we did that in a chart. And the corporations, after they blow everything up, then the corporations, just economic hitmen, they're going to come in and carve up the rest. Google, Facebook, Hershey, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, they're all going to have portions of America while we're all dead. We're ignorant. We're not stupid. We're ignorant. We need to calm down. I got to let some air out the ball, people. This Gerard, I got to go. But we are being trafficked. We need to admit that we are slaves. And we have to finally stand up with the rest of the slaves, no matter what they believe in, and try to walk people down to that root understanding that slavery is wrong in all flavors, especially the modern one, because this is the only one that people clap, cheer, and they can't wait to get on the colonizer's boat if it comes with a retirement and benefits. Anyway, I had to go, Gerard. Love you. I'm out. Bye.
Break the chains that bind me, 'cause I wanna break the chains that bind you. Do you wanna set the world free, have perfect harmony? Isn't it time for that? Do you wanna free, boom, 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 free the people? Do you wanna free, boom, 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 free the people from the bottom to the top? Make modern slavery stop. Do you wanna let go of the prisoners? See everyone happy. We can have this and more if we open up the doors. Well, what do you think about that? Do you wanna free, boom, boom, free the people? Do you wanna free, boom, 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 free the people and Mother Nature too? Close down all the zoos. Do you wanna boom, 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 boom? Do you wanna boom, 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 boom? Do you wanna free, top.